What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to the Chariot Friends. Justin here, and I hope you're feeling great today. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just one of a kind, Cancer, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy how yourself has brought you here. We're in for an amazing journey. So, the purpose of this channel, for those of you who have Cancer in your placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Jupiter, wherever Cancer, this one's for you. And sidebar, Cancer, Jupiter, and Neptune are exalted in our sign. So, yeah, Neptune, I want to say Neptune as well. So, that's a bonus that Cancer, very wonderful energies were supported in. And, yes, and that's what happens when I go off script. Cancer, I talk about our lovely ruler here, the good old moon. And I talk about what sign she's in. This is like, thanks, girl. I'll talk about what sign she's in, what phase she's in, and when she's going void of course, just all of those lunar shenanigans. And even Justin shenanigans. And just so y'all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me. Never force reading on a situation, and everything will be fantastic, Cancer. Now, let's jump into it. And Kent, you would think I'd be so deep in thought when I'm making those gestures, but not, there's not a thought going on in my head. It's so silly. But Cancer, your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Cancer. Now, Cancer, it's Wednesday. Happy Mercury Day. Mercury rules over Wednesdays. Hope you've been feeling feeling inspired. Been using that what am I trying to say here, Cancer? I was gonna say brain blast, but maybe if just whatever, Cancer. It's Mercury Day, and also Cancer, and I might need to take a void of course too. The moon's going void of course today. The moon will be going void of course at about 5:51 in the morning, and that'll be Eastern time. And then she will be moving from Pisces into Aries on Thursday, tomorrow the 26th, at about 6:01 in the morning. So we're looking at about a 24-hour, 10-minute void of course time there, Cancer. Thank you. And with the void of course energy, Cancer is a great great energy for recharging your batteries and just being introspective, just kind of checking in to see if there's any energies that you've accumulated from others, being as receptive and as susceptible to the energies that we are. We just want to make sure that we're, maybe doing like an energy cleanse, as far as like maybe going around with some sage around your place, or lighting an incense, or listening to some bathing in some healing music, which that sounds lovely. Or maybe bathing while listening to healing music. Cancer, maybe you got an incense lit. I mean, just make it a whole Empress Day. But anything to just sort of like just find yourself again. Just with just how we can pick up on the emotions of others and things, and sometimes it's hard to tell what is actually things that we're feeling, what others may have been put on, that we may have picked up, whether this be from our commute, from our jobs, even the people that are around us, maybe even at your home space there, Cancer. So something to contemplate there. And then the moon is still hanging out in Pisces, and this is a really beautiful place for the moon to be. This is a very you may notice, Cancer, that you feel more empathetic and more compassionate towards others, because Pisces does have a lot of love to give. Being Neptune ruled, Neptune is about that universal compassion. It's just really kind of loving energy here. You may also notice too, Cancer, that you might be feeling a little more psychic, a little more intuitive, just because Pisces is connected to the spiritual world in a very special type of way, being one of the signs of duality. Just it's lovely how they can swim through those oceans when those fish are in sync. And you also may notice too, Cancer, that you might be feeling more imaginative, maybe feeling more creative, because Neptune is a really great energy for the arts and things. So this could be, maybe we're tapping into source and doing some painting, doing some singing, doing some dancing, however that's looking. But also great too for dreams as well, Cancer. So maybe you might notice that you're dreaming a lot more, or this could be for some, like, keeping a dream journal or getting some interpretation, interpreting that energy as well there, Cancer. A very healing energy that the moon in Pisces brings. But another thing, Cancer, is that we're in the waxing gibbous phase, and we're getting towards the finish line there, Cancer, getting towards that full moon and closer to that full moon lunar. Are you getting ready, getting pumped there, Cancer? Go ahead, get out there, get you some, get you that, like a thing of water there. Go ahead and sit that water out under this lovely energy because, well, we know when that full moon comes. I'll talk about that towards the end of the week. But with this waxing gibbous, this is about clarifying your directions and intentions, because things are starting to accelerate. We're getting ready to get to that celebration. And this is about, making any sort of adjustments, any refinements, and just kind of observing how this routine or whatever this action or endeavor that you set out to tackle during this new moon or this lunar phase has been working out for you there, Cancer. And then last few things. These readings that I do, they're not gender specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations. And then the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below are some other links for some other readers that are like watching Cancer, so definitely check them out. Very, very cool group that they bring really great energies, and I think you really would enjoy them there, Cancer. But let's go ahead and get into your general energy of the day. Ha! Love it, Cancer. Are you feeling intuitive because you got the intuition card with this Pisces energy? I'm with it, Cancer. And with this, Cancer, this is I like this. This is about intuition versus fear, connect to soul, and trust self and source. And Cancer, and this is one of the, so I think I said last time, this is a celestial energy, these little star things that are up here. This is the cosmos, Cancer. It's in this deck, it's earth, wind, fire, water, and cosmos energy. And Cancer, you are an amazing intuitive. And I feel that this is really getting in touch with that, because sometimes I like how they talk about that intuition versus fear, because sometimes we may know. It's like you've ever had those feelings, Cancer, where it's like your gut is telling you one thing, but then if you think about it too long, it's like your mind's, that battle starts to happen, those fears start to come in, those doubts start to come in, and then you pull back, and then turns out that that you ended up like, this is a situation where you just like, gosh, I could kick myself if if only I had trusted myself, if only I had connected to my soul to really kind of feel, trust yourself and trust that source, in the downloads that do come for you, that or come to you, are trying to lead you to your highest vibrations. And it can be tricky. I mean, I feel like we all are, it happens to the best of us, Cancer. And I feel like that even when I say that, I feel like when I say, like, that happens to the best of us, that's like the universe reminding us that we're all the best, in a sense, because it happens to all of us. And I do feel like there is this battle that does happen with the intuition versus fear, and it's because it could be, trusting in something that is intangible, like that, that it doesn't really have any sort of, on a like a logical level, any sort of rhyme or reason. But if I feel, especially I feel like with how our intuition works, Cancer, it's a lot of that is connected to the feelings. And considering that we are the most emotional sign, the most sensitive sign of the zodiac, that is we do have, like Pisces, like Scorpio, water energy. They do have this, and again, all the signs are intuitive, but we have a special link. It comes a little more naturally to us. We don't have to work not as hard as maybe like an other signs, or just translates a little bit differently as opposed to like a fire sign, an air sign, or even an earth sign. But I do feel that the more that you learn to connect to your soul, whether this be This could be through tarot. You don't necessarily have to just be doing tarot or like scrying or like a Ouija board or anything like that. This could be through the arts, for example. Expression is a very powerful way to connect with those universal energies through dance, through song, through art, through crafts, through, and some of you might be saying, "Well, I'm not artistic. I'm not this." Well, if you keep telling yourself you're not these things, then so it shall be. But if we can switch up that narrative, you may not be as good as you want to be compared to maybe others. But it's just like with anything else, Cancer. It comes with practice. This could be through you. Maybe you're a great cook. Maybe you're natural in the garden. Maybe you're even can intuit with like numbers. Even maybe even great with like finances. Cancer. Maybe in science. This can be. It's so broad how you can go about these things and how this stuff comes to you. It can come in your dreams. It can come. It's but the whole thing with this intuition is I feel like there is this. It's learning to trust in that gut more. I was even I was doing some studying. I was actually reading about what was it? I think it was Jupiter in Cancer, and I feel like Cancerian energy in general, like that's really is one where I feel like there was this really strong emphasis of really learning to trust your gut. And it may not make sense in that moment, but it's like the moment that you second guess that Cancer, that's when, it's just like, just kind of trust it. And then, of course, there may be some, it's, because I feel like sometimes too, what can happen is especially when we're sort of at like that early stages of really kind of learning about how intuition translates on us, when we make a mistake, then we let that push us back and let that one negative cancel out all of the positives that can come from when you do listen to it, as opposed to when it might have just been like a maybe even kind of like a forcing it in a sense, like, okay, like, no, this is definitely, it's I feel like it's like with any it's like a muscle in a sense. It just gets better and better the more that you work this thing out. Cancer, there's so many conditions that can apply for this, and then that's where it comes into cleansing your energies and let's get some tarot on this, Cancer, because this is High Priestess all day. Let's get some tarot on this, get some details. I like that. Because I'm even thinking too, Cancer, how I even come to pull the cards, how I started with this is way different than how I am now. Like this app is totally different. I look back at when I was starting these videos, I was just like, oof, ooh, viewers, yeah, definitely learning, learning here, but it just gets the more you practice with the medium and thing. That was Cancer. Hold on, let's see what's going on here. I'm with it, Cancer. Small little reversal storm here, but that's all right. Because you have the Two of Cups, oh, wait a minute. You have the Three of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the Page of Cups in reverse. And then you have the Two of Cups, the Four of Cups, and then the King of Wands up right here, Cancer. And I like this, Cancer, because the Four of Cups, this is, and the Two of Cups, both of these are our cards. Because the Four of Cups is the most intuitive place for the moon to be. This is the moon in Cancer. And I feel that, in the Four of Cups, there's usually this cup from the universe handing you this cup here, Cancer. And I feel that that's when it's paying attention to our intuition. They're usually focused on these other three cups that are in front of them. And it's just like that we can get sometimes so caught up, I feel, in the material that and get so caught up in our heads sometimes that if we were to just kind of, and there's a balance here, Cancer, with this energy, because it's I feel that it's like as we learn to make this, this is how I want to put it. I feel that it's like as we learn to make that connection when the universe is handing us signs, it's when we take those efforts to connect with things that kind of define logic in a sense. It's not we're not dismissing logic, but it's like how do you incorporate this intuitive energy into your logic, into your understanding, and get out of your head with this and learning to trust the energy, trust the signs, so that we can start to brainstorm as far as like, because even that can be a form of intuition, like having these sparks of inspiration. That's source connecting to you. And I feel like with this Two of Cups, it's bringing those energies into harmony. It's like you and your higher self, and however you connect to source. This could be God, this could be the angels, this could be your ancestors. It's whatever that's looking like, and forming that stronger bond there. And Cancer, that can be very healing energy for you with the Three of Swords. Because I'll tell you what, working on this journey, it's been there have been some hardships in this for sure, and been some feelings that maybe you don't that I definitely hadn't wanted to face at first, but the learn that I more that I learned to face them, the stronger that this bond became. And I do feel that even just feeling like just with the Page of Cups, we were, as children, children are very intuitive, because especially as a baby, you're not sure how to you're still learning to form your words, so all you can do is learn through actions. And everything is all brand new, and you're trying to learn how to operate. And kids have such vivid imaginations and things, and it's like I feel like there's, even for some, it's like connecting with that inner child again, because we're basically just we're kids in just like adult sized bodies. That's all that is. And it's like we're trying to rediscover. I feel like it's like when we feel like we get to adults, then that imagination just sort of goes away, that spark kind of fails, and then it's just we're just thrusted into like responsibilities and things, and needing to always take like always having to plan for something else. But it feels that if you were to make that connection with that inner child, heal those kind of old wounds there too, their Cancer, release the things that may have been restricting you in the past with this Eight of Swords here. Because I'm even feel like kind of remember with like the Eight of Swords, how this person is kind of wrapped up and they got swords around them, but there are these puddles that are kind of around them, and that represents the intuition. And it's not that you're not, because I've had people tell me that they feel like they're not intuitive, and it's like you absolutely are. It may have the energies, it's like a muscle again. It's like it may have atrophied some, but it's still there. And when that fire reignites, and man, you make that connection, then you really start manifesting. You really start feeling the energies, or start feeling more uplifted. You really start. Look at how this King of Wands, look how his head's glowing. It's like your mind's eye is just like just evolving, just like kind of reignited. The fire never goes out. It might be diminished. It might get to like a candle size, but that doesn't mean it can't get back to that roaring. Oh, I love that. I've had just even looking at that. It could be a candle size here, Cancer, but that doesn't mean it can't become a roaring fire again. And this, but it is a matter of reconnecting with your soul, and reconnecting with that inner child, and and remembering too, Cancer, that we are spiritual beings going through a human experience. Our soul came here in order to learn something, in order to grow and expand. And it's just remembering that again. We have, in a sense, when we came out of the womb, we were disconnected from the source, in a sense, coming into this life. And we've had to learn to trust that we can intuit through this energy here and face our fears head on. And hope this is all making sense there, Cancer. All right. Let's get a little bit more on this. Look at that, Cancer. All of our minor. Oh, wait, no, that's the Five of Cups. Never mind. It's fine. Still more cups, though. More intuitive energy coming through here, Cancer. Oh. And look at that, Cancer. I like that. Alright, hold on. Let's see what's going on here. Alright, Cancer. So you have the Knight of Wands and the Five of Cups in reverse. And then you have the Six of Pentacles and the King of Cups upright. And see, Cancer, it's like you went from this page here, you reconnected with your inner child, and now we've evolved back into that powerful, intuitive King of Cups that you are. But I do feel like that in order to get to that place, you know, when we're talking about that intuition versus fear, I feel like it's how much energy do we give to that fear, and is the energy balanced out? You know, it is one thing I feel like to be having fears are healthy there, Cancer. You know, but I feel like a fear as well can mean that something means a lot to you as well. You know, as far as like at least when it comes to dreams, but I feel like it's asking yourself too. You know, just if we find because the Six of Pentacles is like a card of balance, and it's a moon in Taurus. We got that full moon in Taurus coming up here soon. But how do I want to put this, Cancer? I feel like it's like, are we putting so much stock into the fear that is preventing us from moving in a sense? And it's just like, I feel like it's the Six of Pentacles is kind of asking you to face your fears head on, to trust that you can, and whatever this is that you want to do there, Cancer. You know, because maybe for some it's like we feel that maybe we're going to let ourselves down, that our intuition is going to let us down, that source is going to let us down, and then, you know, what can we believe in? And, you know, Cancer, I remember like years ago, there was a there was a moment where I really felt kind of betrayed by source, that I had there was no sort of guidance, and I remembered like driving. It was a very vivid memory, but as I remembered like driving in my truck and just kind of looking up and just like, you know what, if you're not gonna help, I'm just talking to the universe. I was just, if you're not gonna help me, then I guess I'll do it by myself. And you know, even thinking about what was going on even after that moment, you know, I was never by myself, Cancer. You know, there was always, I was very, especially during those times, I was divinely guided for sure. And it's I'm happy to be here and to be able to talk about this stuff. But it's even thinking about, I feel like that's an energy too there, Cancer. Kind of reflect on those times when you may have felt kind of disappointed by the universe, and how you may have thought this let you down, but in hindsight, it really was trying to heal you in a sense, getting you to kind of face these sort of inner fears. I feel like with this Page of Cups kind of being here, you know, and how it's again how it helps you evolve into the King of Cups that you are. And the King of Cups is always growing. Just because we get to this state of, I feel like we never, or we should try not to get to this place where we feel like we've necessarily mastered something, because then that it implies like completion, that there can't be more growth. You can be you can be an expert, excellent at what you do, but I feel like having that energy for want doing more in things can really take you a long way, Cancer. That you can always deepen this bond with source a little bit more, learn to really I like this, Cancer. All right, but let's get some advice from Neptune and Jupiter. So I'm gonna get two more. Wait. All right, Cancer. Thank you. Let's see what's going on here. Interesting. All right, Cancer. So you have the Seven of Cups, the Eight of Wands, the upright, and then you have the Emperor and the Hermit in reverse. That's interesting. I'm pretty. Let's switch back over to Cancer because I'm pretty sure we had these two yesterday, but I feel like only the Emperor was upright here. And you know, Cancer. Excuse me. I feel with the Eight of Wands being here, you know, this can be a card of messages, and I feel that the more that we take time to reflect and learn what these different messages and signals are that come from source, that can, and the more when we learn to trust that as well, you know, because I feel it's something that it takes it takes some time, Cancer, but I do feel that it is possible for all of us to tap into that intuitive energy. We all come from source, and we all are intuitive. And again, it just translates differently. Some it's through they just instinctively know how to move through stuff. You know, just like it's, you know, seeing different synchronicities, different signs that may come through here. Like it's a number of things, but it does require you to go within, Cancer, and to, you know, connect to your soul, connect to that spiritual being. See, and I do feel, Cancer, that even it's just like it opens up, just like I feel like new opportunities more, because the seven of cups, you know, I'm picturing how they'll have seven of those seven cups, and they'll have different things in the cups. And I feel like the further that you connect with yourself, the more abilities that seem to open up, and then it's just like different things for you to hone. And then I feel the next challenge is, it's like once you start learning these signals, it's just like, because it's one thing I feel like to do it, you know, to kind of like meditate in your safe space and be in that kind of quiet energy, but it's just like, how do you take that out into a world that's not quite so fueled to support that intuitive energy? How do you listen to higher self when, you know, throughout your journey, you know, when you're on your commute, you know, when you're at work, when you're with friends, when you're with family, when you're in the park, when you're in the store, you know, what does that look like? You know, and then just like listening to those different signs there. And I feel it is the more you get into that, Cancer, I just feel like this Eight of Wands gives me this almost like this trine type of energy in like astrology, where things just, the it doesn't take away from the challenges, but it just helps you face them with more confidence, you know, and it helps you to move with a bit more ease through this, Cancer. And it's just like, oh, okay, lesson time, got it, okay, need to do this thing, you know, this is here, you know. And then it allows you time too to just kind of reflect on, okay, why is this happening, you know. You just ask these different types of questions and kind of go about this journey a lot differently. So I like that, Cancer. I think I'm gonna leave that there. So if you like that, Cancer, for anything resonated with you, give it a thumbs up and share this, Cancer, because really, you know, you know, I feel like it would be fantastic to just for all of us to really just kind of reconnect with source again, and to have this level of compassion, and you know, to trust your intuition, because you know when you listen to your gut, Cancer, that it makes sense. But it's just like sometimes that it's, you know, that it's that second guessing energy that can get in our way, and that's tricky sometimes. But you know, I feel like, and it's remember too, I almost was about to say, well, you know, we're human. It's just like, no, Cancer, we're spirits. You know, again, we're in this vessel right now, and it's like making that distinction and solidifying in that, Cancer. It's beautiful. But then subscribe there, King of Cups. Hit that bell button to get notified when all these videos. Well, Cancer, with how intuitive you are, you'll just sense when I release the videos. And then last thing, Cancer, for your readings, check your sun, moon, rising, Venus placements. But just check your chart, Cancer. You never know how what type of intuitive energy you got working on there. I know someone who's got a whole bunch of Cancer in their chart. That's lovely. My mom actually has a Pisces moon. That's a very intuitive place. I mean, it's just like you can learn so, and then like everything just starts making so much. I've been collecting charts like Pokemon cards there, Cancer, and it's just like everything just starts making just so much more sense, and it's beautiful. But what was I telling you all that for? Oh, to come on over to my other channel, Alchemist State Cancer. It's getting lost in that intuitive energy. I do I do weekly videos, not for Cancer, since I do, I'm doing this 5 days a week. I do daily ones for you here, Cancer, but I do monthly ones for you and yearly ones for you, and all your other placements as well. Unless you just got all Cancer, then just wait for the monthly and the yearly ones that are Cancer. And all that housekeeping, it's down in the description box below. But let me get you surprise cards here, so I can get you out of here, Cancer. And I like that. So I've gone from the Six of Pentacles, and now you got the Seven of Pentacles here, Cancer. And I feel like it's, once you start balancing that stuff out there, Cancer, trust your intuition more. Watch how your crops grow. Watch how things really start coming into your favor. And I even just got a flash of the Thoth card, the Seven of Pentacles in this deck, and that's a card of failure. And there are going to be times where, Cancer, where we're trying this thing and we might miss, might miss your mark there. And that's fine. It comes with practice, comes with learning, because it's like how it started with me. It started as one thing and then evolved and just evolved over time. It's just continuing to evolve, and it's being open to that evolution and listening to listening to source, listening to spirit, but your guides, your deities, whatever that's looking like for you, Cancer. Now let me get your oracle card here so I can get you out of here. Powerful, intuitive you. Yeah. Oh, okay. We're getting spoiled this week, Cancer. Ooh, Cancer. I love this. Yeah, I love this, Cancer. So you have I looked up how to pronounce this not too long ago. The that's like Echinacea card. Oh, F. this card here, Cancer. But it's a card of destiny, ruled by Jupiter and Pluto. You have the Lion's Mane, which is a card of leadership. It's ruled by Mercury and Uranus. And Cancer, if you didn't believe that you were a powerful intuitive beforehand, you got the Blue Lotus card here. I'm getting chills even just thinking about it. It's a card of intuition. So Cancer, I feel like sometimes it can feel like destiny is out of our control in a sense, with this being in reverse. And, I feel like, and I like that this is Jupiter and Pluto, because it's like learning how destiny and fate and things can change you, and how that transforms you and helps make you a better emperor, in a sense, a stronger emperor. Even the emperor makes mistakes, but he learns from them. The emperor is the embodiment of wisdom, you know. But the emperor always keeps an open mind that there are things for him to learn, and there's some times where he may forget, to trust his intuition. But that window gets smaller and smaller and smaller as it goes on, Cancer. And this is giving me very kind of like this the Ace of Cups type of energy, where it's like, listening to the senses, trusting listening to those body signs, because again, how we feel is very important, I feel like, for us, Cancer. And that really is a strong indicator of how we navigate through this realm. So come on, double intuition, Cancer. That's sick. So I'm gonna leave that there, because it's time to connect with source there, Cancer. Because even when I think about the blue lotus, when I was talking about the Ace of Cups, Usually there are 5 streams that are pouring out of the cups that are Cancer, and then there's this dove that's diving down that's supposed to be your sixth sense, and now it's like I'm just picturing your mind's eye open in there, Cancer, and just like letting those downloads come in, and Two of Cups connected with Source, so I'm with it. You stay safe out there, you powerful, intuitive you, because that's impressive. There, King of Cups. I'm with that 100%. Keep eyes on the moon. Come on, we're ruled by the moon in astrology. Deals with our intuition. Cancer, that's our ruler. We're ruled by intuition. Come on, and I will get you on the next one tomorrow.